don't know what you're talking about.
Zoe, how did you get connected to the LGBT Asylum Task Force?
Well, when I was about 11 years old, I really wanted to donate to a LGBT organization. But I wanted to have one of two things. I wanted the money to go straight towards the people, and I wanted it to be an LGBT organization. And so I was looking around. The minister of then church in the Congregational Church of Ashfield, Kate, was like, hey, I know this awesome organization is called the LGBT Asylum Task Force. It's a non-profit, and so yeah, that's how I discovered.
And where are they? They're in Worcester?
Yeah.
Task Force? So then, how did you go about raising money for them?
Well, at first, when I was 11, I started busking on the streets of Northampton.
Right. That's what I remember. I remember you doing that. I was very impressed by that. And then the task force meets monthly.
Yeah, in Worcester.
In Worcester, in the basement of the church.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing a photograph on Facebook of you bringing, I don't know if it was the first time you brought money there or, and I was also really struck by that the person who was receiving it, you had to have to scrape out their face, the face. I can't remember if the eyes were just.
No, it was the whole face.
It was blacked out, and that just struck me. The image of this little 11-year-old handing over this money that she'd raised on the street to someone who couldn't even be seen. So what kind of support do they need during this time period before they...
While they're seeking asylum, they're not allowed, they don't have a work permit, they can't drive, they don't have housing unless they know somebody. So that's what the Asylum Task Force provides. They provide food, driving, like they drive in places, and like housing. And a community.
Right, a support community. And out of that, one of the things that I saw when I was at the meeting was that people now are coming in, say to New York, and somebody is saying you should go to Worcester. So this Worcester is becoming known, and this church and this program is becoming known as the place to go if you are seeking asylum because you're queer, basically. What kind of learned, and what kind of connections have you made with people, and where has your desire, which originally just started out to support some kind of queer community, but it's led you into this whole other world, what kinds of things have you learned as a result of that?
Yeah, I made a ton of like personal connections with people. I bonded over music with some of the asylum seekers. And also diving more into going to the meetings and things, I learned more about legislation and immigration policies, which led me down an even further road of just like looking at the policies and legislations in the U.S. and in other countries, which,
I noticed also that it affected your songwriting, that you've written a couple of songs that are specifically about immigration and refugees. Okay, so your band Zoki is performing at the benefit.
Yes, we are.
Who else?
Diana Alvarez is performing, who's my vocal instructor. She's absolutely incredible. Her songs are bilingual, and she's just an amazing songwriter.
And Wilma Mehmet, right?
Yes.
She's coming from San Francisco.
Yes,
she's a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
And she's going to be in D.C. and she's coming up specifically because she wants to support this
Yes,
cause,
which is
right?
Incredible.
Right. And then Jim Millington, who's the co-founder of IMA, who is also an immigrant, Filipino American, and a badass rocker.
Yes.
So it's a seriously intergenerational event.
Yes.
And then also there will be members of the Asylum Seekers Choir
Yeah.
performing, which will be really exciting. And also some people who are asylum seekers will be telling their stories.
Their stories are absolutely inspirational.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. So that's January 20th at IMA, 4 p.m. That's the weekend that Martin Luther King's birthday is celebrated, so it's a great time to
On
be doing
Sunday.
Street
Yes.
Goshen, Massachusetts.
Come.